So, in the beginning of the film we are shown a girl named Iris, who was deeply upset. Just a short time ago her son had died, due to which she started feeling that her life has stopped. Strange thoughts started to haunt her mind. One dark night when everyone was sleeping, she puts a small knife in her pocket and leaves the house in her car. In the morning, she comes near some mountains where her son was buried. She delivers an emotional monologue to her son. She is no longer happy with her life. She walks to the edge of the mountain and is about to jump from there when a man comes here. He understood that Iris wants to end her life. He tries to save her and change her mind and starts talking to her. He tells her that my name is Richard. He says to her that I will not stop you. I just want to say to you a few things before you die. He tells her the story of a boy who was very lively. He was interested in cars and everything that could bring excitement in the life of any young boy, but then one day when he was going with his friend, his car crashed. He survived but his friend was died, and this trauma kept him trapped for many months. When he recovered from the shock, he realized that his family loves him very much, and his family was waiting for his recovery. Then he realized how wrong he was doing by stopping his life. He tells Iris that the purpose of this story is to tell that no one wants to die, just some weak moments bring us to this point. Now if you want, you can die, I am leaving. After saying this he left. But his words had left an impact on Iris. She also gave up the intention of dying, and turned back towards her car. There she saw that Richard had parked the car right next to her, due to which she could not even open the door of her car. Now Richard came to her taking an umbrella from his car. He tells her that I help you in opening the car door. Here Iris found one thing awkward, that why did he bring an umbrella even in such hot sunny day. He attacks Iris with this umbrella, and it is revealed that it was an electric umbrella, which shocked Iris badly, and she fainted right there. With the little consciousness she had, she could only feel that Richard was tying her hands and legs, after which he picked her up and threw her in his car. When Iris regains consciousness, she does not talk to Richard, but she tries to call her husband shrewdly from her smartwatch. And Richard comes to know about this and he tells her that no matter how much you try, there is no signal here, you will not be able to call anyone for help. Now this idea did not work for her. Then another idea comes to her mind. She had also kept a knife in her pocket at night. She secretly takes it out and tries to cut the knot of her hands with it. During this time there could have been a sound, so she continued talking to Richard. As soon as she freed her hands, she attacks Richard without wasting any time. Richard's car loses balance due to her attack. The car is crashed with a tree. Both of them got injured in this accident. She wanted to save herself from Richard here also. She immediately tries to strangle Richard with the help of the seat belt, but Richard saves himself. Iris attacks him for the third time, due to which both of them get out of the car in a jolt. Iris now had pointed a knife at Richard. Then Richard said, "Do you think I am a fool that I am standing in front of you so comfortably? Actually I have injected you, due to which your whole body will become paralyzed within 20 minutes. You will not be able to walk, run, or even speak. And in this time, you can do whatever you want to do." Richard's words had now really scared her a lot. She runs as fast as she can towards the forest. But while running, she really started feeling that her feet have gone numb. Slowly her legs also stop moving and she starts crawling instead of walking. Richard too had come close to her, searching for her. To escape from him, she hid under the bark of a tree, from where ants started crawling on her and she screamed out of fear, and this is how Richard comes to know about her. To save herself from Richard, she somehow drags herself into a stream and gets carried away. Richard calls out from a distance that you're doing wrong, you will not be able to swim, you will drown and die, but Iris ignores his words. She was not able to swim in reality, but with the flow of water she reached the other side of the waterfall. From here the bank of stream was nearby. She saw that only 1 minute left before she lost all movement. Using all her strength, she reached the bank of the stream. She saw a farmhouse in front of her. She tried her best to reach that farmhouse, but before that she fell down. Now she was not able to walk, move or speak. What was in her control was just moving her eyes. After lying here for a long time, an old man who was working in this farmhouse notices her. He asks her what happened to you, but Iris is not able to give him any response. Now the old man asks her closed questions like, are you able to hear me? Are you in trouble? Do you need help? Iris uses her eyes to answer these questions. She blinks once to say yes, and she blinks twice to say no. Understanding her signals, the old man agrees to help her and takes her to his house while laying her in a wheelbarrow. He brings her inside. They had just come home when suddenly the house door started knocking. Iris understood that he must be Richard outside. She tries to tell the old man by blinking her eyes repeatedly, I have threat from that man. Luckily the old man also understood her signals and hid her behind the sofa. When the door opened, it was seen that Richard had really come. As he came, he started to befool him by pretending. He started crying in front of this old man. And he told him that my son has died, due to which my wife has gone into shock. Her body has paralyzed. I am not able to find her. Where has she gone? At first, the old man did not believe him, and he said to him to call his wife. Richard lies that my phone has fallen somewhere on the way. Seeing his fake tears, the old man was also going to believe him, but then his phone rang from his pocket. The old man catches his lie. Now Richard also shows his real face to the old man. He tells the old man that, okay, if you have recognized me then tell me the truth, have you seen Iris or not? This old man threatens him to call the police to make him run away, but Richard attacks him, but he did not know that this old man is much stronger than him. The old man fought him well and beat him so much that Richard's strength was reduced to half. He was about to call the police while knocking Richard down, but then Richard got a knife in his hand which he stabbed into the old man's leg. As the old man fell down while groaning in pain, Richard took out the same knife from his leg and stabbed it badly into his stomach and kept moving it. Old man died at the spot while groaning in pain. Iris kept witnessing all this from behind the sofa. What had happened was very bad. This old man was killed because of her. Now because Richard was trapped, he had committed a murder. To hide all these things, he pours the filled can with kerosene oil in this house and runs away from here after setting it on fire. Iris was alive, she did not want to burn alive, that is why she hardly moved one of her fingers. She slipped her finger into the slat of window and started to open and close this. Richard notices all this from outside. He sees that someone is alive inside. Whoever was there could be a danger for him. He goes and sees that she was Iris. Richard picks her up and puts her in a truck. This truck belonged to that old man. They had left their cars far away, so they were using the truck to go from here. Iris was silent and could not speak, but she could hear. Richard receives a call from his daughter. She tells him that, Dad, I am missing you a lot. That is why Mom and I are going to come to you. Richard tells her, no. My work is not over yet, you cannot come to me right now. But now his daughter is insisting a lot. They do not listen to him and tells him that we are going to come home. Richard gets very tensed due to this. In this tension, he was about to have accident. And the worst thing that happens to him is that the fuel in his car runs out. For refuel his car, he comes to the fuel station and makes Iris wear a cap so that everyone cannot see her expressions. Here, Iris puts all her strength to open the seat belt. Due to the paralysis of her body, even the little movement that her hands were able to make was a big deal. Here, she sees a boy who was almost of the same age as her son. Seeing him, she became even more emotional. The child also understands that maybe she is in some trouble. Before he could ask anything to Iris, this child's mother comes and takes him from there. The woman realizes that something is wrong with Iris. That's why she called the police from behind and also told them the number of the car. He now drove the car to the same place where he had parked his car. He wanted to take the car back to his house, but before he could do so, a police officer comes and stops his car. And he tells him that a complaint has come about his car. Richard says to him confidently that no, you have some misunderstanding, everything is normal here. I have just come on a trip with my wife. The officer says, okay, can I talk to your wife? Seeing Iris's face, it seemed simple to say that there was something wrong with her. Richard tells the officer that she is just drunk, that's why she is giving such facial expression. During their conversation, somehow Iris also manages to roll down the car window. Seeing this, the officer goes to her, and she puts all the force of her body to mumble this, "Help me," and here the whole story changes. The police officer also finds that injection on that truck with which Richard was paralyzing Iris. And in this way, he understands that Richard had kidnapped Iris. Before he could rescue her, Richard also understood that the whole story is going to take a turn, so, to keep himself safe, he thought it better to kill this policeman like the old man. And he hit him on the head with a big iron object. Just one blow finished off this officer and he died. After which he picked up the officer and put him in the same car and burnt it and wiped out all traces like before. Now Iris had become completely helpless. She had given up all hopes of help. Whatever had to be done, now she had to do it herself. The effect of paralysis was also reducing in her body. She also had recovered the strength to speak. That's why SH starts talking to Richard. She was deliberately trying to make him emotional because she had come to know that Richard also has a daughter. But how can a person be emotional who can kidnap and kill someone? When Richard did not trap for her emotional words, Iris picked up the injection. She injected Richard's leg to save herself, but she could not inject it in his leg. The medicine did not go inside Richard, and he started laughing, and said to Iris, "You are so weak, you cannot harm me." "Well, I have changed the plan. Earlier, I was going to take you to my house and kill you, but my family is coming there. Now I have thought that I will take you to the stream and kill you. He says that earlier I wanted to torture you a lot. I would have enjoyed doing this to you, but now my family has spoiled my whole plan." He takes her to the bank of stream and drags her into a boat. Iris was sitting there with the half strength of her body. She was still thinking to save herself, when she sees a knife in the back of Richard's waistband. And she hits upon a new idea, and she pretends to cry in front of Richard and tells him that there is a photo of my son in my pants pocket. I want to see him for the last time. Before I die, will you take out that picture from my pocket? Richard laughed, but he agreed to her and came close to her, and as soon as he bent down, Iris, without wasting any time, she took out a knife from his waistband and stabbed his lower neck, which pierced his mouth. He started going mad with pain. He took out his gun to kill Iris, but Iris snatched his gun and shot him, because of which he fell inside the water. Iris was satisfied. She had killed her enemy and a killer. Her life was saved now. Perhaps the trouble was not over yet, because she saw that the boat in which she was at that time had a hole in it from the bullet shot, and water was filling inside the boat fast. Due to which Iris also started drowning inside it. She could not move or do anything because half of her body was still paralyzed, but the good thing was that due to the paralysis of her body, she came up like a dead body, and in some time, as her body became normal, she swam to the bank of stream. She started laughing. She could not believe that she had saved herself from a psychopath killer. She was happy and about to leave from here when she saw that Richard has also come at the other bank, saving himself. She goes to see him. He was still alive but was injured and was taking his last breaths. Iris could have called the police if she wanted, but she had to take her revenge. She leaves him there dying in pain and goes away from here. And the movie ends here.